everyone, welcome to another video. We are literally live on the stream, and for the first time we're gonna do a legendary gem, me and the chat that you guys can see here up. So chat, if you guys want, you guys can say something for the stream, so just don't be rude to the people that are watching on YouTube. So the idea is that we're gonna go into the game and we're gonna dive into every single gem, and we're gonna decide which ones are the ones that belong at S tier and the ones that belong to the D tier, which is pretty much the dog tier. Okay, the one that you guys should not go and get it, of course. So I already had like Berserker right there on top, but we were just like checking it out, right? So let's start with the first one. Very easy. I was saying to the chat that most of you probably don't even read any time that for all the time that you've been playing this game. You know how I know? Because it is probably the first time I'm actually reading this. It's not the first time, but you know, I probably read it like once or twice, and I know like, okay, this sucks, and nobody cares. So Zod of Stone, it is gonna go directly into the dog tier. Okay, dog tier, Zod Stone, nobody cares, nobody wants. Let me actually put this a bit bigger. I'm gonna increase so you guys can see a bit better. Okay, maybe let me increase the size. All right, boys, increase here the text. Maybe in the future, if we need to do something else, we're just gonna adjust. But this is gonna be the first one into dog tier. It is pretty useless. You guys don't need this. It's just gonna increase the duration. Oh my god, what am I doing? It's just gonna increase the duration of your ultimate, and because of that, it is pretty useless. Then we have Carson. Carson, it is a gem that's gonna increase your primary attack speed. So some people say that you know, you can use these, for example, for Blood Knight whenever you're starting the game, because it is one that uses a lot of primary attack. Some people also say for Barb, but to be honest, chat, I tell you that I feel like you should not get it, and because I think you should not get it, but it doesn't mean like it's not. It is a bad one. It is not like a terrible one to get. So for that, I'm gonna put Carson's at. We'll put it at, you know what, at B tier. What do you guys think, chat? Do you guys think it is fair? I think like B tier, it is a very medium one. It is something that I think it's okay. I think we can live with this. Yo, Daniel, welcome. Say hi to YouTube for those that are joining. We are doing this live for the Clip channel. If you guys still not subscribed to the Clip channel, please go do. It is gonna be fun. Then we have the File Soul right here. We're gonna have each time that you block an attack, you deal a damage to nearby enemies. So pretty much every time you attack, you get blocked, you do a AoE damage. So I think like in the past, this used to be a gem that a few Crusaders they used to use. But right now, there is not really a lot of like... not a lot of use for them, okay? So because of that, I will probably put the Defiant Soul in D tier. I don't think you guys should go for this. It doesn't make any sense, even for PvP. So we go here. So you put like every D, C, and B. Yeah. I also agree with that, but I don't agree with all of them. Okay, there are definitely some legendary gems that they're gonna be on top. Okay, we have Respite Stone. This one pretty much you take. Listen, chat. It doesn't matter what it does, okay? It is dog, okay? That's all I can say. Let's go. Let's speed it up, this chat. Whatever is like, don't care, don't watch, doesn't matter. It is what it is. We have Pain of Subjugation. You deal increased damage to enemies suffering lost control. Okay. This one here, especially if you're a barb and you use the chains apply slow. This is not a bad gem, okay? This is not a bad gem. I don't think this is a bad gem, chat. You guys think it's a bad gem? I don't think so. So I will pretty much put this one at but the thing is like, chat, this is like the only use case that I know for this gem. It is for Barbarian. It is literally for Barbarian. So, so because that's the only reason that I can see that happen, maybe we probably gonna put it in C. What do you guys think, chat? B. Why B? Because I feel like attack speed on your main attack, it is better than this one. Unless like you are a very, it's because like Carson's, he applies to all of them, to all classes, pretty much all classes. You know, you're gonna have some primary attack, but this one, it is only for like very, very specific ones. So I think it is fair that it is still a good gem, but I will put it below the attack speed, below the Carsons. I think is a fair statement. So then we have Trickshot. Okay, Trickshot, chat. This one right here has potential. It is, if you use a challenging spec, Strife, Whirlwind, without you know, if you don't have that you know, like the follow and blah blah blah, that you know, bit that makes it infinite, it is pretty good. It is a pretty good gem for challenge. I will say that this one, it is a must-have if you are a DH, okay? But is it a S tier? Is it a S tier gem? I will say that pretty much I will rank it as a A tier, okay? Because the reality is that you can replace this. You can't play Steel, Whirlwind, Strife, okay? So you can play without a trick shot. It's not like it is required for you to do this, but it is one that makes and helps a lot of free-to-play players. So if you are Demon Hunter and you play Strife, this is most likely a must build for you. But if you're at late game, you will pretty much be useless for you, right? So another one, chat. Another one here. You guys want to see what is next? Chat, we have the Berserker's Eye that I am certain that every player in the game already read the description. Saw it in everywhere. Everywhere. And because of that, listen, I'm just gonna read so you guys understand what it does. First of all, it's gonna increase your damage. And it's gonna increase your damage a lot at rank 10. For 1 star, a lot. This all damage, increases all damage. And not only that, it's gonna give you critical hit chance. If you guys think that giving you damage was, was already good, giving you more crits makes this gem easy. Like the easiest S of my life, okay? Berserker's Eye, it is, in my opinion, the best gem in the game. And you guys wonder like, oh, how can this be the best gem in the game? It is easy. It gives you damage. It gives you crits. Is a 1 star. Very easy to level up. Very free to play friendly. I'm not saying it is the best gem in terms of power. I'm saying overall, it is the best gem in the game. However, there is something that you guys also have to be in concern, that please be careful. Don't bring Berserker's Eye into PvP. Okay? Later on in the game, if you can, please remove it for something else. Use other gem. Of course, in the beginning, if you start in the game, you can't do that. But later on, these 5%, they will hit freaking hard. Okay? So, Berserker Eye, 100%. 100%. One of the biggest gems. Then we have this one. Sleds. Man, I feel like a lot of people sleep on this one. I use this one for farming. I used to use this one for farming. Yo, Troy, welcome to the stream. If I am gonna recommend it for you guys to, there is a must build. No, I'm not. But it is a really good one, and I'm gonna explain you why. You gain a buff of increased damage for 60 seconds. 60 seconds. And whenever you're doing the open world farming, or you're doing terror reefs, or you're doing dungeons, or you're doing like whatever you... Yo, Suraj, thank you so much for the sub. You're doing whatever you want in the game, right? This gem, you will be always killing elites. And the 60 seconds plus the beneficial effect, it's gonna make it like crazy extend. Like, it's gonna extend for like a very long time. So it literally feels like it's a permanent buff that you have. So it is really good, but it is not S tier, okay? I won't say that it is S tier. Most likely, this one that, in my opinion, it is a bit more niche. I will put it in the same category as Carson. I think it is an easy B tier. It is a very good gem, especially if you're thinking about starting the game to farm, especially to farm. For open world like this, this was incredible in the beginning. It boosted my damage a lot. But later on, you definitely want to change it, okay? Now we have Mocking Laughter. Man, Mocking Laughter. This one, it is, in my opinion, a easy S tier when it comes to comedy. Because the comedy, whenever you are pulling inside the Elder Rifts, and then you see this, it literally feels like the game is laughing at you. I feel like this gem is put inside the game on purpose. And nobody can change my mind on that. Like, Mocking Laughter is a 1-star that's gonna drop, that just gonna drop all the time. To a point, chat, I never even read. I never even read. I don't even know. I'm gonna read for the first time. What does he do? Your primary attack taunts non-bosses enemies. Bro, why? Like, listen. Taunt. Nobody uses taunt. This is not WoW. This is Diablo. Okay? If we ever gonna have like, we even have a Crusader that it is a character with a sword and a shield that it dies like a... Bro, dies like paper. It's like Paper Zader, okay? How can we have a character, Crusader, that has a shield, uses plate, and he dies so quickly? It makes no sense. So, Mocking Laughter, easy. D tier. Dog tier. If you have these, the only use for these, it is for the game to joke, you know, to laugh at you and nothing else. Then we have what? Well, we have here Everlasting Torment. Oh my god, man, what's happening? Okay, Everlasting Torment, chat. Oh, Everlasting Torment, chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think, chat? People are saying S tier, A tier. I think, chat, I will say that this one, in my opinion, it is an easy S tier. Okay? And it is, especially if you're free to play, it is an easy replace for Berserker's Eye. Okay? So, whenever you are you're free to play, and you're gonna use the Berserker Eye for PvE, and then you're gonna replace for PvP with Everlasting Torment, or if you're just starting the game, you're most likely gonna have both because you don't have any other choice. So, in my opinion, Everlasting Torment does this. Your critical hit strikes inflicts agony. They're pretty much gonna put a dot on the target. And the dots are very, very powerful in this game. Especially in the beginning of the game, because you're not gonna have a lot of dots. This is gonna do a lot of damage. And for farming, for everything, it is pretty good. And especially If you're using like Everlasting Tournament with Viper Sting, it is pretty good. So I would 100% recommend you guys to build Everlasting Tournament because it is that good. Now we have here Chain Death. Increase your damage of your attack by 1.5% per target hit, up to 4.5%. Okay, I don't like the conditionals here, and I think the damage that's gonna scale is gonna be very low, right? So, what do you guys think about this one? I wonder what's the max crit chance you could get in BGs. Oh, I can get until 25, but you need like certain things. So, chat, this one, Chain Dead, I think for me probably he also gives attack speed too. Where does it say? So, chat, this is gonna increase. Not bad for farming. Okay, it's not bad for farming, but would you guys recommend anyone to do this, to build this one? I will never recommend anyone to build Chain Death. You know, it's very situational, and you always required to have like 3 targets, or so. Because listen, this is not like the Morn Skull. Like the Morn Skull, even at 1 stack, it does a lot of increased damage, and at 3 stacks, it's just fucking insane, right? Like Morn Skull, it is incredible, especially for barbarians or melees. So I will probably put this one in the C tier. I don't think it's trash yet, but I don't think I will do this for you guys. Okay, I will not tell you guys to do this one, but it is not as bad as the other ones. Like these are like D tier is like useless. This is like situational. Okay, and these ones it is okay, good, and amazing. So Trickshot, for a few builds it can be S tier. Okay, but even in those builds, you can replace the Trickshot. That's why it is not S tier for me. Okay. So the other one, what is this? Nightmare. Nightmare. How do you say it? It's not rat. It's riot. Rat. I don't even know how to read this. You have 10% chance when you defeat an enemy to cause the other enemies to flee in fear. Okay, nobody's gonna use this. Not even in PvP, chat. Like, let's be honest. Is anyone ever gonna use this? I don't think so. I don't see a world that anyone is gonna do and use this. So Nightmare Rit, it is 100% into the D. So D it is. Works really good with ship. No, you have listen, the thing is like you have other better gems too. Like if you want total loss of control, you're just gonna use it on your instance or on your spells or in something else. I will not use with this, you know. And also, you know what I'm saying? Black Rose, chat, this one here, chat. We have each time that you attack, you have 10% chance to summon vines that immobilize the attacker by 1.1, and I think it increases the duration, right? This one, it is extremely good and extremely annoying for PvP, especially in the beginning. It is not S tier, but it's not D tier at all, man. I will say, chat, that this, it is probably I will put, chat, am I crazy? I will put like between B. I will put in B tier, okay? And the reason is the only use this has is PvP, okay? The only use it has is PvP. So because of that, I think that the Black Rose belongs in the B tier. Okay. So if it was something that we could use in PvE and PvP, I would probably boost it up to the A tier. But because of that, we put it here. I think it is a good spot. If I was doing a only PvP build tier list, I will probably put this one at S tier. Now we have here, chat. Now we have here Freedom and Devotion. Increases the duration of your summons by a lot of percent. This one, chat, what do you guys think? I feel like for summoners build, these are only summons. You have for Necromancer, Monks, like Blood Knights, right? It also has. Okay, Blood Knights is also summons, right? I'm pretty sure it is. But I don't think Blood Knight will use this. But I know that if you use summons builds, this is pretty much... it is almost a must build, right? Especially in the beginning of the game, right? Is a bad gem for BK? Okay. But I know, like, for sure, for guarantee, I know, like, for Monk, summons build, and for Necromancer is really good. So it is a niche. It is a niche. For Demon Hunter summons, maybe. But the thing is, like, are you guys gonna use these in PvP? You're not gonna use this in PvP, and the only viable build for Demon Hunter is actually in PvP. You're not gonna use like the PvE summons, you know. I think. Maybe there is like maybe there is something there that I don't know. But most likely I will not use summoners Demon Hunter in PvE. So because of this, chat, so it is very situational. It is only for summons. It is probably one of the best gems for summons. But it is very niche. It is only PvE. So, chat, am I crazy to put this Freedom and Devotion? Chat, I am... Okay, you guys are gonna have to help me here. I put it in the B tier. But I feel that in reality, maybe an A tier. I think it is in the same spot as the Trickshot. Do you guys think it is in the same spot as the Trickshot? Because both they both do the same. Trickshot increases the challenging, and this increases the summoner duration. So if you have a challenging spec, you will have to use Trickshot most of the times, and this for summons, you will have to use it 100%. C, B, A, in my opinion, too niche for A. Yeah, that's why I put it initially in B. Okay, we go with the B. Okay, we go with the B. I think there is a challenging skills. Yeah, challenging skills do more damage, and also you have the thing like the seeds of gold that whenever like seeds of gold 4 pieces, whenever like they increase duration, but there's like a bigger blast, right? So yeah, I can see what you guys are saying. So let's put it in C because it's still like really good for this. Okay, chat, Blast Pebble right here. Increase the durations of your beneficial effects on you. I feel like, chat, this is extremely good, chat. It is, especially in the beginning of the game, it is so good. It is really good. But there is a but. There is a but, chat. Once you get to late game and you get like beneficial effects on your gear, You get beneficial effects on your reforge. Then you get it out. You don't use it anymore. It goes to the trash. But in the beginning of the game, it is key that you guys build this to have 100% uptime on your sprint, on your horse, on your lightning nova, everything, right? Like on your buffs. So, even though I really, really like this gem, the fact that later on you're gonna have to trade it, I will have to put it in A tier. Okay? I feel like Blast Pebble, because later on in the game you replace, it's like early game and mid game is S tier, but afterwards, you know, you're gonna replace it. They like you won't need it anymore, because like you're gonna get enough beneficial effect out of other things. So I feel like A tier. I think it is fair. I think it is a great gem, but it's not a Berserker Eye, and it's not an Everlasting Torment. It's not like 100% best in slots when it comes to it. So, how do you feel about block on reforges? I'm not a fan, and also reforge block is nerfed in PV. I wouldn't go for it. Marcos is asking, for the global build, I have 3 options and only 2 spaces: New Gem, Plain Clasp, and Mother's Lament. I would go with the... Okay, so if you only have... I would remove most likely the New Gem. And I will keep the Plain Clasp and Mother's Lament if I was you. But I think you should make space for the New Gem. So the thing is, like, if you don't have dots to trigger Pain Clasp, the New Gem is better. But I just feel like Pain Clasp is still slightly better than it's just like it depends on your class, depends on so many things. So moving on, chat. Blast Pebble, A tier. We have Hearthstone. Great game, great card game, chat. Hearthstone, great card game. I played it, very fun. The duration of your absorb shields are increased by 16%. Okay, I saw a few people using this back in the day. I saw a few Crusaders using this. But I feel like nowadays this is nonsense. It's nonsense. Nobody's gonna use this. You know why? Because the damage is too fucking high. You get a shield, and the shield gets popped. Like instantly. Instantly popped. Your absorb shields also reduce the duration of loss control effects. So this is like super niche. Is mainly for PvP. So I don't know, chat. I don't know. I really like the game. I don't know if I'm gonna be a bit biased, chat, but there is still some use. If I was starting out the game and I was like, for example, a tank or a crusader or something like that, maybe I could build this, but most likely I wouldn't. Okay, so because of that, I feel like C tier or D tier. Chat, what do you guys think? C tier or D tier? I'm very confused on this one. Hits is saying rank 10 Pebble 12% beneficial effects is too low. To be honest, not worth it. It is worth it in the beginning, and also it gives you movement speed, which you also don't have in the beginning. Hearthstone is for the tank build. It gives a little of help. You can do it without, so it is C. Yeah, we go with the C one. I think we go with the C one. I see players using it as auxiliary. Oh, so they auxiliary, like for example the Berserker Eye. That can be interesting. That can be an interesting one. So now we have here, chat, Laws Focused Gaze. Laws Focused Gaze. Increase damage done by your charge skills. Okay, Chad. What the fuck? Okay, this. Okay, Chad. This is the easy one. Okay, moving on. D dog one. Okay, moving on. Exigent echo. Your block chance is increased by 10% for 6 seconds when you receive a critical hit. So this one, once again, it used to be used for Crusader. But remember, another thing, this one, the buff, it is reduced by 66%. And in general, block, it is reduced a lot in PvP. So for that, I will not at all tell you guys to even consider building this gem, okay? Don't even consider. Just literally, just skip it. It's not good. It's not needed. The game moved on to better gems, and we don't need this anymore, okay? So, Exigent Echo, we put it here. Yo, Jota, what's up, man? Now, Unrefined Passage. Damage you take while moving is reduced by 5%. This is a defensive gem. It's gonna reduce... Okay, so, okay, here's the thing, chat. Let me show you here. This one, this is the gem. The issue is that a lot of times, most of the times that we actually want damage reduction inside the battlegrounds. So this is a PvP gem, right? It like when you want the damage reduction whenever you are in CC. Because when you're moving. You don't get a lot of damage, you know? Like, you still get some damage. But when you get, like, completely nuked, it is whenever you are in CC, right? So for that reason, we're gonna... It is an easy choice. Refined Passage is gonna go again to the D tier. So we have a lot of in the D tier right now, but it's good so we can, you know, so people can go and understand. And I know, listen, when it comes to the tier list, I know what you guys are gonna do. You guys gonna open the stream, you guys gonna skip to the end, and you're just gonna read the last one, and that's how it is, okay? But this is mainly for people that are learning the game, and for that, I want you guys to understand why, okay? Now, Misery Elixir. Chat, I'm a big fan of this one. I'm a big fan. And it has a few uses. Especially for Crusader. It is OP. It is OP for Crusader. It is also OP for farming. Okay? Does it work for Demon Hunter? Most likely, I will not put this in Demon Hunter. I will not. Unless you go with the dots. This is only for dot builds. Okay? Only for dot builds. So, chat. Jota, you just have to increase my sound a bit. By the way, I feel like Misery. It is... chat, I will put it in A tier. A tier, chat, or S tier. Because it has a lot of uses. For beginner, S tier. Further ahead, there are better 2 stars. No, but are there? I don't think, Miles. But I understand what he's saying. But for the things, I feel like we're gonna go with the A tier. Okay, it has very good uses. There is, like, chat, the build that I used to go and completely get, like, abolish every pack in open world. Whenever I was really weak, chat, with my barbarian, I had full dot build with the bleeds, with the vipers, with the everlasting torments, and I had the Misery Elixir to increase the duration, and pretty much I just needed to hit the mob one time, and because I had the grace 4 pieces, the dots will start, hitting, and I knew for a fact that if I hit the mob once with the burning all the dots, you will just die. And that's why Misery Elixir was great for that. So, did I skip the eye? Actually, you are right. I skipped it by mistake. I did skip. Eye of the Unwielding. Continual damage done is increased by 6%. So pretty much, continual damage is what we call dots, and dots are damage over time. It is a term that we use in ARPGs. These ones, chat. I don't think it is as good as Misery Elixir. It is a good gem for a few classes. For a few classes is good if you're using, but I don't think it's as good as Misery Elixir. I feel like the duration, because you guys have to understand, the increased duration on your harmful effects, it means the lingering wounds of your pet, the duration of it, the lingering wounds is increased. All the continual damage is increased. The Sunder effect, the freeze, the chill, the slow, everything is increased. Okay? So think about that. It is fucking insane. This only increases the damage of your dots. Okay? But the reality is, like, the dots, they take 1 every second. And they do damage, but they are not like crazy. It's not like crazy, right? So, because of that, chat, I will put, in my opinion, the Eye of the Unwielding thing. Okay, so some names are very hard for me to say. But I'll put this one, chat, in the B tier. I think, chat, that if I had to pick between them, I will take Misery Elixir. I think, like, it is better for the overall, because it's just like this is limited to just dots, and this like literally increases the durations of everything. So, do you guys agree with that? Do you guys agree? I feel like it's a fair rating. B tier, it is getting a bit cluttered. It is getting a bit cluttered. So now I confused the two. Yeah, so don't get confused. It's very easy. This one increases the duration of every harmful effect, and this one just increases the dot damage. That's just how it is. This one, chat, Lucid Watcher, right? Reduce the durations of loss of control effects on you by 8%. So pretty much it reduces the CC on you. What do you guys think? This could actually be an interesting gem, because like right now the meta, it is CC everywhere. It's like every game you go, it is like multiple barbs with multiple things. Like you have like these big tornadoes, like a lot of, man, so much fucking CC. Like PvP right now, it became such a AoE CC shit show. Like everyone does massive AoE, everyone does massive CCs. CC means crowd control. This is what it means. CC means crowd control. Which means like whenever you lose the control of your character. So for example, like in PvP, you see like that big freezing tornado, or someone stuns or chills a target. That's what it means. So if you guys have like, there are a few how do you say, acronyms? I think that's how you say acronyms that we use in RPGs that that's how it's gonna be. If you were to, how do I put this one? Chat. But I feel like it is very niche. It is very niche. It is very situational. It only applies when you are in CC. I will never build this. So for that, I'm going to put it in D tier. I will never build this. Never. Never, never, never. So. And then here we are, chat. The last one. The last one, chat. Last one. Well, well, well. We have Entropic Well. Well, well, well. This one, it is the most recent 1-star gem. It increases your skill damage by a lot. By a lot, man. It increases your skill attack speed. Also. So. I feel like it is a good gem. It is not for every class, but it is a really good gem. I think in the beginning, it is pretty solid. It is pretty good. But in the beginning of the game, you also deal a lot of primary damage, right? Primary attacks. But you also have skill damage. So I feel like, in my opinion, this one, for example, if you play like Crusader or Mage or what is like for example Ota build, Ota build, it is only skill damage. If you want to increase, if you want to get like 20% Ota build damage, it's like, is this the Entropic will be massive. You're gonna do like massive boom, boom, boom. You know? Chat, for me, I feel like in the beginning, I'll tell you what, chat, maybe you guys won't agree with me. Maybe you guys don't agree with me, but I feel that if you look in the overall of all the 1-star gems that we checked, there's not a lot of increased damage. There's not a lot increased damage. Okay? So because of that, I would put Entropic Well in the A tier. Okay? It is again one of those situations in the beginning of the game. You're gonna build it. You're gonna build it until mid game, and then most likely you're gonna replace with a 2-star or a 5-star. So I feel like it still belongs in the A tier list, just because it is the same case of Blast Pebble. It is a very good gem. We don't have a lot of 1-star increase damage gems, and because of that, I feel like it belongs in the A tier. And it does a lot, chat. It's not like 1 or 2 or 4%. It's like 20% more. So good to have, easy to replace. I agree. It is a very good starting gem. So chat, with this, we finish the 1-star, chat. This is the 1-star tier list